Hey guys, first to Guardsman here, and today I'll be talking about a fencing power sword build with the Assault class that will allow you to one-shot ground pound execute any single Majoris level enemy in the game. Now I did mention yesterday that there is a bit of a stealth buff to the power sword that gave it like a 45% increased damage to its ground pound, which is pretty epic. Now allows it to one-shot a lot of the guys in the game. The block artificer version can one-shot even extremis, but today we're going to be talking about the fencing because a lot of people want to know if this was possible on this version because fencing weapons are very popular in this game. Now, as far as the actual perk tree setup goes, we do just go up here for Armored Strength into Master of Offense, down to Perpetual Strength into Tranquility here, and then we move on over to Melee Onslaught on top of Hard Target, and then we take the perk Cutting Edge, which is a Power Rake dealing 50% more melee damage perk. Power Rake is like your heaviest hitting attack outside of ground pound, so very valuable here. Then I take Extremis Slayer, Majoris Slayer, and Terminus Slayer, just bonus damage, really pretty boring perks, but instead of taking Majoris Slayer down here because the fencing power sword, as far as I know, it doesn't hit any breakpoints off of Majoris Slayer. I do just take Power Restoration for more CHP recovery, but you could take this if you wanted to. Now, as far as our secondary goes, I do take the Heavy Bolt Pistol just because I like the headshot damage in operations, so I think the Plasma Pistol is better overall for the Siege mode, mainly because it has AoE gun strikes, and I set it up this way for the Plasma Pistol and this way for the Heavy Bolt Pistol. As for the actual perk tree setup on the Assault class here to achieve a one-shot on the ground pound with the Power Sword, we do take Armor Reinforcement first. Non-finisher gun strikes restore one armor segment. This is a very valuable perk even without a fencing weapon, but with a fencing weapon, you're doing gun strikes that much more often, so it's just extra value. Super powerful stuff. You can take the Overcharge perk. Damage from charged melee attacks increases by 25% instead, because this does function with Power Rake according to the actual game files. Very valuable too, but I just prefer this one because survivability is just better on this. And then I move up here into Auxiliary Arsenal. Secondary weapons damage increases by 20%. This is very strong with things like the Heavy Bolt Pistol. 20% damage increase on your Heavy Bolt Pistol is just pretty massive. You can also take Consecutive Execution, which I do think is way better for things like Siege mode, but in operations, I just take this. Next perk here is Knowledge of the Enemy. Melee damage increases by 15% against Majoris or Extremis level enemies. This does count for your ground pounds. It's really a no-brainer that we take this. Then we move down here into Proven Efficiency. All squad members deal 30% more gun strike damage. We're using a Wings of Flame commitment build on top of a fencing weapon, so extra gun strike damage is a no-brainer. Then we move over here into Precision Strike. Ground pound deals 100% more damage, but its radius is reduced by 50%. This is just a super valuable perk because often you're just landing on like a Majoris or something. At the end of the day, you're trying to one-shot guys with this build, and that's why we take this perk. Then we move up here into Wings of Flame. A jump pack dash damages enemies along its trajectory and always works as a perfect dodge when dodging an attack. What this actually does, it basically means that the entirety of your jump pack dash means like after you hit the button, you will have a perfect dodge window. So just move through multiple bosses at once. You get double jump pack charges off of a single dodge. Pretty epic perk. And this is maybe seem a little strange to you guys. I took Pride and Duty over Aerial Grace, but to be honest, I don't think this perk is that good compared to this one because this is after a finisher ground pound deals 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This is what actually allows you to one-shot off the fencing power sword with a ground pound. Very good, and this counts for any finisher in the game, including Majoris, so it's pretty much up all the time, and 10 seconds is a super long uptime. Very valuable perk, and really a 30% total damage increase is good, but you aren't using your perfect dodge all the time on Wings of Flame, so I don't really know if I like this one as much for like a pure ground pound build. And alternatively, you could take Zealous Blow instead, but the power sword is not as good as the Thunder Hammer for getting your charges back, but it's still decent. And they take Commitment here because it's just the best signature perk, because this one basically allows your jump pack dash to function anyways, because without this, like using a jump pack dash is just wasting your ground pounds. Awful, awful, awful. So we just take the passive here. Now, as far as the prestige perks go, again, no brainer. Unyielding Oath is actually pretty ass in my opinion. This one's really coming to play that often, because most of the time, if guys are shooting you, you're going to land on them because you one-shot all Majoris, so you're not getting a ton of value out of this, except for like Chaos, and even then it's very rare. And then we take Adrenaline Boost first, which is after a perfect time parry, block, or dodge. You don't lose control upon taking any hits. You cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This is like the proper enabler for this class to have no knockback, so pretty much always take this perk. Then we move down here into Fortitude, which is a health increase by 15%. This on top of Scrambled Targeting here, and on top of the Armor Reinforcement perk, is like all of your survivability on this class, which is why you pretty much always take these two perks. So the same thing here with Scrambled Targeting, 20% less range damage. This is actually 25% on the Bulwark, but you know, your assault, so you get less, just as like a fundamental core balance idea. idea by Saber, and that's just unfortunate, but scramble targeting is still really valuable on you. And then you take practice aim. Range damage increases by 15%. Stack this on top of your range damage perk with auxiliary arsenal, and just get 35% more range damage, and that's just really valuable for things like your heavy bolt pistol or even your plasma pistol. So both really good options on this class. And that's pretty much all there is to this build. Pretty much, you can one-shot any Majoris that is like a ranged enemy or something off of a normal ground pound, but to one-shot the melee Tyranid warriors, you will have to use Pride and Duty. So just keep that in mind. It's like, while this is active, it'll have like a little thing in the upper corner of your screen, and you'll be able to one-shot with a fencing power sword as long as you have this set up. That's really all there is to it. Ground pound is pretty fun. The buff is pretty cool, and I wanted to make a fencing version of this build for you, for the people that actually want to use the fencing version instead of the Artificer block version. His entire kit is like, he has armor regen on command versus these guys, and that alone is S here. I also think this class is better for Tyranids right now solo than a tactical is. Doesn't really get held down. And Wings of Flame just lets him maneuver so quickly when you perfect dodge. And do so much free damage to bosses. Just chaos that he sucks ass against. My poor, neglected chaos bot. I don't know how they designed Assault and just like didn't realize he's gonna suck ass versus chaos. Yeah, slaps Nids, but gets slapped by chaos. Exactly, son. That's what he does. Alright, drop here. Ooh, armor boost. That's awesome. Let's go on in.
This soil shall bear the corpse of a high tyrant. The Minotaur does not still expose us to Codex Astartes standards. I'll get enough to demolish the bridge.
Oh, we missed it. Damn. How much damage I do to you, though? He felt that. Might be dead in a second. Yeah. God, the Power Sword ground pound did so much damage. Pride and Duty. I think Pride and Duty is far better than the Aerial Grace is, even with the equipment perk, mainly because getting that bonus damage, too damn good. You can tell that we. Oh, look at this guy. Heavy bot going to town. Their design philosophy is to have one class that sucks horribly versus chaos. True. I don't know how some shit gets past like QA. They're like, ah, this all works. Like the balancing design philosophy in this game is just ridiculous. Or the whoever's balancing this game, it must be playing on like the lowest difficulty. It must be playing on minimal. Minimal Marvin. Exactly why I exclusively play Assault versus Nids. He is fun versus Tyranids. I don't like playing versus Chaos at all. Because like you're so shoehorned into using like a Power Fist if you want to properly solo. I mean, you can do it with a Thunder Hammer. We know we did the double Hellbrute with a Thunder Hammer. It's not fun. It's very slow. I wouldn't mind using the Thunder Hammer on the Bulwark again, though. That could be fun. But actually, you know what? Losing your shield on the Bulwark is pretty awful. That's pretty F tier for as far as Bulwark options go. Alright, we got the Pride and Duties. We're gonna one-shot you. There we go. So we'll put this video up tomorrow because people wanted a fencing version of this build, so might as well show them how to build it with Wings of Flame. Oh, perfect. Now the sniper's gonna get one shot. Please charge up your shot at me. I'm gonna make you auto miss. Never mind, I'm just gonna do it this way.
Jump pack refueled.
Feels good. Advidos, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for answering my questions before. How do you deal with lictor? Oh shit. How do you deal with lictors with that bulwark build since you can only block and lictor spam knockback hits so much? Which one? Which bulwark build? Thank you very much for the super chat, but which bulwark build are you talking about? The Thunderhammer? Because for the Thunderhammer, you can't, with the lictor on the pommel smash, you just kind of have to learn how to... I can make a whole video. My brain's kind of fried from like nearly 6 hours now. But I'll try to answer that question in a second. Oh, I still have bombs to plant. Case in point. The one with the power fist. I mean, yes. With lictors, you just use intimidating aura. Or like I should say, it's hard to deal with lictors. It is. You have to perfect dodge them. Because there is a string. I'll make a video on this at some point, but like they have one string that you can perfect dodge the final hit on and get 2 block charges. So I'll show that at some point. But besides that, if you really want to like have an easier time with lictors, you can swap to intimidating aura. That's what I tried today. That is an option. It might be the better option, to be honest, but you will lose out some survivability from other things. Kind of forgetting I have my Wings of Flame right now, but...
I am airborne ready. Commencing reload. That pitiful Xenos was but no follower. Explosive payload insufficient. Source additional war gear.
But extra damage. Let me read this chat again. A perfect dodge with sniper shot. Let me that would give me an actual perfect dodge.
Avenging angel, you expose. The Xenos infestation is stemmed for now.
Oh, look, all those guys just plop over and die. Yeah, why are there so many snipers in this game? Jeez. Let me read this, though. But how do you deal with lictors with that bulwark build since it can only block lictor spam knockback hits so much? I mean, you have knockback resist with armor advance on the, and there's hyper armor, ow, 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 ow. Okay. We were preemptively owing, but, I was assuming it was gonna hurt. But thank God we had the eternal stair, the blessed staircase. But my point is with the, lictors are hard, the hardest thing to deal with the block weapons, but you have to learn their strings. That's the best way I could really put it. And you have to use the hyper armor of your power fist, because the power fist charge attack does have hyper armor built into it. And not all lictor hits will actually be, ultra heavy hits that you can't get out of. Like, so not all attacks are totally knockback resistant. Some are. but like the heavier hits are, from like unblockables, things like overheads with melee. But like the light attacks that these guys do, that's what knockback resist covers, and that's also really valuable. So I've had people ask this before, like, oh, Armored Advance doesn't stop the hits. I'm getting knocked over all the time, because it's not all attacks. It's just like a few of them. But even a few of them is super, super valuable in this game. Which is why we take it all the time. How do you deal with Devourers as Assault? The needle shooty guys, you just dodge them, shoot them back. Devourers aren't that bad in this game. Because like they have a very slow arc, and like your dodging still has iframes. You can dodge right through their whole bramble thing. Especially if you have the 20% increased range damage, your heavy bolt pistol slaps them pretty hard. So go on up. Intimidating Aura with Fencing Power Fist. It's my favorite Bulwark build. I enjoy slapping Lictors and Raveners with one parry. The Power Fist is pretty good. I think the balance, if you want to go for like a parry on the like the Power Fist, I would probably take the balance, because the balance just hits way more breakpoints. And the balance parry window is not epic in this game. It's not bad. It's not like horrendous. It is the worst in the game, but like all the parry windows are pretty easy for the most part. But like once you learn the timing on it, it's pretty good.
We were not expecting such illustrious company, and we've got a handle on these probing strikes, my lords. It's the relay that's getting hammered right now.
The beast that commands the swarm will arrive here soon.
That's... Without armor support to tackle a target that big, we may have to bring down the supply bridge.
It is already done, Guardian.
This is a withdrawal order.
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyranid command unit is executed.
Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your support. Incoming! Ready up, 8th. Show the Emperor's angels what we are made of. Left flank! Xenos on the roof!
Let's just kill these guys. I hate the balance Power Fist. I thought balance is ass in general. What do you mean? No, the balance, like the balance Power Fist and balance Thunderhammer are definitely usable. The Artificer one, the balance Power Fist has way more damage. The fencing Power Fist is pretty ass. That's like one of the worst variants. Well, it's not the worst variant of Power Fist, but it does not hit the same breakpoints. It's like you can't one-shot Majoris with it. It also does significantly less boss damage. The balance power, the relic tier balance Power Fist is like the second best Power Fist besides the Artificer one on the block. Though I'd mainly use that one on Assault because the simple truth of the Bulwark is so fucking Timothy that he doesn't really have to care at all about the downsides of a block weapon or like ever taking damage because he'll just get it all back with the meta build. So if you're running a big ring icon, like 99% of players are, or even Glory Shield, you're just so damn tanky that you don't care. And he also has passive armor regen, so he's totally okay with getting whacked for a second. I feel like Bulwark really is a class that is more well suited for charge attack weapons than Assault is because he has slower contested health decay on his team perks. He has passive armor restore if you don't take that one. He has a ton of damage reduction. He has a higher base HP pool, so like he is totally willing to trade where the Assault simply can't. Because he has more HP. He has more effective HP, so that means that he can charge his fist up for longer than the Assault can without having to move. That's why he's so good. They can't one-hit with a fencing Power Fist. They do that quite often. Not versus Tyranid Warriors, you don't. Doesn't hit the same breakpoint. Maybe Rubric Marines. I mean, I can check it. I can check it right after this. once we're done mopping up this guy. Or I think we're gonna get a boss spawn down here. I think the only breakpoint the fencing power fist hits is against chaos. I know it's off topic. What's your favorite dark attack class and why is it veteran? Probably RBDs right now. Because RBD is just fun.
It is not dead. Our tactics were sound.
It's funny seeing people who are in total disbelief that you ranked Vanguard so low, but to be honest, it's not even all his fault. Bulwark's existence just mods Vanguard so hard. Bulwark is just a better class than Vanguard is.
Reports confirm the lieutenant's
I mean, he does healing on top of, like, being more survivable, on top of having better horde clear. I mean, he lacks equipment recharge, but, like, as far as, like, a team comp goes, he just carries hard. Power Fist is just too strong on Bulwark. It's, like, really the what if he didn't have Power Fist, he'd be very different. I've never seen such an atrocity as my favorite line in game. True. True. Real and true. Oh shit. I shouldn't say the fencing power fist is unusual. That's unusable. It is okay, but like the balanced parry window really isn't that bad, and you do just get a lot more benefit out of having the increased breakpoints. Especially on assault, where like he really needs to execute badly, and sometimes you can't do a follow-up. You just die for me. Now, I'm pretty sure I have not used my Wings of Flame dodge except for like one time in this entire game. But, it's not the point. It's not the point. Also, guys, next stream we will have alerts, and I'll probably put in like things so chats actually pop up on the screen when you send them. And we'll also, you know what, guys? I think it's time. After 9 months of streaming, I think it is finally time for me to stop alt-tabbing to rechat. Because that is what we have been doing this whole time. Because I've only been playing on one monitor, and it's an ultra-wide monitor, and I don't have enough room on my desk for another one, and I'm too lazy to get an app on my phone. And that's the simple truth. But Dan's been telling me to get to fix that, so I believe I will. I believe it's time, chat. What does Wings of Flame do? It makes it so you have a perfect dodge window across the entire trajectory of your dodge with a jetpack dash. So if I were to hit my button like this, the entire time that jetpack's active is a perfect dodge window. And also, it deals damage along its flight path. So it's very good. There's a lot of free damage to enemies. And when you combine that with the signature perk commitment that gives you like a refund on a perfect dodge with jetpack dash, you can do some pretty wacky stuff. Maybe it's time to use it to show somebody. It's like that. We just zoom away. Or like this. Oh, it's my time. That's Wings of Flame, that's why it's good. I like the perfect representation, but yeah, that's why Wings of Flame is good.